Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to take you guys through some new Steam game releases, and there's been some pretty notable stuff over the last few weeks, so I thought I'd do an update on this. We got two free games that piqued my interest as well, so we'll go over that at the end. They're two free-to-play games. They're always going to be free, but again, we'll talk that at the end. Now, Boomerang X is the first release I want to talk about. This is coming from Devolver Digital, and they usually publish some pretty cool stuff. $19.99, which that price point, pretty good. Definitely one that I'm going to keep on my wish list for a while, but it notes harness the power of a mystical boomerang to fling yourself through the air, slice, fly, and blast through arenas, swarming with evil creatures, stay agile, or meet your doom. The game currently has 110 Steam user reviews, 94% of those reviews are positive, and it's got an 81 on Metacritic, so right now the game is being received quite well. So that's good to see. The game's got a pretty quirky art style, if nothing else. Definitely a little bit different looking than the majority of other titles. Definitely not, like, technically advanced. Like, it's not like a Crysis 2007 or anything like that. But it's a game I do foresee aging pretty well. Pretty easy to run as well. I mean, they even botched the recommended system requirements. It notes a GeForce GT 1050 Ti. I imagine they mean GeForce GTX 1050 Ti. So, yeah, that's nothing all too crazy at this stage of the game, and minimum is actually a GeForce GTX 660, which, again, pretty old GPU. I mean, that GPU, I believe, came out back in 2012, so yeah, we're talking 9 years ago. 4 gigs and 8 gigs of RAM for minimum and recommended, and then i5 and i7 for minimum and recommended as well. i7 being recommended is kind of wild, but I don't think you're going to need anything too crazy to run this. There is a free demo available, so if you want to check that out, feel free, but this is a game that I imagine is going to get lost in the shuffle pretty quickly, so add it to your wish list. Maybe something you want to pick up during the next Steam sale. Alright, next up, we have Ys 9 Monstrum Nox, which has finally come to PC after its PlayStation 4 release earlier this year, and what's nice about Ys 9 is it's not a butchering of a PC port like Ys 8 was. Thankfully, they got someone working on the game that has done a really good job and pretty much revived Ys 8 as well. If you played Ys 8, you know what to expect here. A little bit darker of a tone going on for it, but, you know, don't expect something that advances the Ys franchise too much forward. You know what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and that's always been the case of Ys. They are games that are very competent, the gameplay is always enjoyable, the music is always excellent, and the story is also going to be pretty good. A demo is available for this one as well. You know how NIS America is going to be going forward. They're going to retain the price point of their games quite a bit. I mean, I believe Ys 8 is back up to $60. No, it's up to $40, but I thought I saw that they were going to raise the price of their games, so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, their games, generally speaking, do retain in price for quite a while, but Ys 9 got a very positive reception on Steam. I played it on PlayStation 4. Very good game. I plan on picking it up on PC sometime down the line when I can finish up some of the other games I'm playing, but definitely, if you're a fan of JRPGs, one game to keep on your wish list. Also, speaking of JRPGs, Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin. Of course, I'm doing a giveaway on this game. Go enter that if you don't know about it, but Monster Hunter Stories 2 is a game that is far different than your typical Monster Hunter experience. Obviously, it is more of a charming title that is a traditional JRPG with a bigger focus on its story, character development. It was released on PC and Nintendo Switch. Very odd, a choice of platforms to pick right out of the gate. I don't know why they didn't put it on Xbox One and PS4 as well. Maybe they have some sort of agreement with Nintendo. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, Monster Hunter Stories is definitely not the game that your typical Monster Hunter fan would look at and be like, oh, that's going to be something I'm really into. But they do use that IP. There is some fan service here. And then if you're a fan of traditional JRPGs, it's going to be something that you enjoy quite a bit. System requirements ain't too crazy at all. Actually, the minimum and recommended system requirements are fairly close to one another. I mean, the GPU is GTX 960 on both of them, which again isn't too crazy. i5 3470 or i5 4460, 4 and 8 gigabytes of RAM, so yeah, it's going to be pretty easy to run here. And there is a trial version of the game on here as well, so you can check that out and see if that is going to be something you end up enjoying. But another game to keep on your wishlist. I can understand in this case why you wouldn't want to spend $60 on it. I mean, $60 is a tall ask for a game like Monster Hunter Stories 2 and Ys 9. $60 in general for any game. Not everybody is going to be willing to pay $60. However, if you do go on over to Green Man Gaming Fanatical, they've got a pretty good deal on it, so you can get it quite a bit cheaper. I believe it's 16% off, so it's $50 and change. Definitely beats spending $60 plus tax. So you'll save a little bit of money that way. Lastly, there are 2 free games that I do want to point your attention to. First up is Arid. Arid is a game that was done by students from Rida University, and it was released free. Now, it is noted to be a free survival game. The description reads, discover the mysteries of the Atacama, explore the abandoned mining networks, evade the scorching sun, and survive the environment in one of the most arid of a place in the world. Arid is a free survival game made by students from Rida University, as I mentioned. Quite nice of them to release this game absolutely free, because it doesn't seem like this is a game that was just slapped together for a free release. No, it looks like they actually put quite a bit of work into it, and the game's been receiving a pretty positive reception. Very positive reviews, 527 reviews, 85% positive on that end, so cool to see. I mean, it's kind of cool to see how much of an open platform Steam is. I know sometimes people lambast Valve and Steam for that aspect, but I quite like it, and I like that people like this can come together and put out a game. And hell, it's a free game and everybody can check it out, so go ahead and check that out. Show them some support, leave a Steam review on there as well. I actually just set this one to download and I just became aware that it came out a little while ago. So it'll be cool to check that out. Maybe I'll even do a full video on it. And, you know, Steam is dropping free games like this pretty regularly, you know, like once a month or so. So it's nice to see that. And there's also Fears to Fathom Home Alone. Now, this is going to be an episodic psychological horror game. So episode 1 is free. Subsequent episodes are going to come out. And the expectation is that those are going to be pay to play. But you can check out episode 1 for free. In the first episode of Fears to Fathom, you play as Miles, a 14-year-old kid who is home alone while his parents are out of town for work. He soon finds himself in trouble. As the story unfolds, would he make it through the night? He survived as he made the right choices. Key features of the game note: atmospheric environment and photorealistic graphics, VHS film aesthetic, receive text from NPCs, and player voice activity. Another game that's pretty easy to run. A GeForce GTX 950 and Radeon HD 7970 are listed as minimum. I actually don't know the equivalency of those GPUs, if they're around the same. I feel like an HD 7970 should be more powerful, but I'm actually not sure based on those are old gen GPUs, so bear with me. 2.6 GHz quad core is similar, 4 GB of RAM and 4 GB of hard drive space, so pretty easy to run. Very positive reception on this one as well. 212 Steam user reviews, 91% positive on that, and this one just came out back at the early of this month, so if you're a fan of horror games, this is going to be one to check out. I'll leave a link to it in the description box below. But that's going to wrap up this one. Again, some pretty interesting releases on Steam recently. I've been busy playing Scarlet Nexus recently, so I'm finishing that up. My second playthrough of that is. And then there's a couple of other games that I am personally working on, and then I'm going to be jumping into some of these other games. I want to give Monster Hunter Stories 2 a go here very soon. And I also want to check out Arid, give them some shine. So that's going to wrap up this one. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. And if you guys have a request for future video, you can leave that in the comments as well. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.